So I want to talk to you about tumbled leather. Well, we call it tumbled. A lot of people call it pebbled. Italy, it's one of their specialties is the pebbled leather. This soft, supple leather has different uses. We're using it because I wanted to have some soft things. I wanted to do some soft stuff that would hug your back, it would fit, it would form, it would hug around your hip. And so I'm doing that with this, we call it tumbled because it sounds like rough and tumble. It's like maybe a marketing thing. And they tumble it for a long time, but they tumble all the leather. So anyway, let me show you, explain to you a little bit about it. So all these little pebbles kind of coming up out here, this is the grain of the leather. And it's no lesser quality, it's the same price. It's just a different look and a different feel. So it's a softer, nicer, tumbled feel. You can get variation. So like on this, this bear trap pin case, eyeglass case, you name it case, it's both tumbled on both sides. See that? This from the same hide. It's just this is one side, one part of the hide took it a little better than the other. Let me explain to you what they do to get it. So check this out. So imagine my business card is the whole cow. The head's here, the tail's here, and this was wrapped around. Here's the belly. They split it down the belly, right? This is the whole hide. So they finish tanning the leather, and then when they go to dry it, they get it out, they squeegee the whole hide, big old hide. They have a squeegee, all the moisture gets out. They press it to get more moisture out and humidity. Then, normally they would just hang it over a big hanger, and you have this whole row of slow-moving leather all hanging from these hangers all along the ceiling. It goes through an oven that's a little bit warmer, dry in there, until it gets down to 17% humidity, or more or less around there. So what they do with this, instead of hanging it to dry, what they do is they get little, they used to nail it to boards, and then they would stretch it, nail it, stretch it, nail it, put another nail in, stretch it, stretch it, stretch it, until they had it all the way stretched all out on these boards, and then they would let it dry. It's really stretched tight like a drum. The stuff hanging is just hanging there, but this is stretched out. And so what they do is they grab these little clips, they clip them, they grab it, and they pull, and the guys on the other side of the hide pulling, and then it's all really tight. Then they have it on the rack like this, they turn it like this, and then they put it into an oven. They slide it into like a dryer, not an oven, but like a dryer. And then when they take it out, it's dry. They take all the clips off, and it kind of shrinks back in a tiny bit. And that's what gives it all the pebble, all of the grain popping here on it. And so these are, as a backpack, they're super, it's just butter. It's just squished it's like your bag's cuddling with you. It's really nice. I prefer, I don't know which one I prefer. I've been using the tumbled. It's like this 16-inch tumbled. I've been using one of these. I like the variation in the tumbling. It has a nice stiff back here because I designed it that way, but the rest of it's just kind of nice and floppy. And actually, this pebbled method, one of the tannery owners said it's actually stronger leather because they don't have to do another process to it that could possibly degrade the leather a little bit like normal leather. But because they do this, they said it's actually stronger. So I've only heard that one time, so but that's kind of like which is stronger, brass or bronze. It's kind of one of those like, okay, they're both really strong. So that's what's going on here. Just has a little more of a softer appeal to it, and it has a more of a textured look to it instead of being smooth. It has that rough and tumbled look. So that's tumbled leather.